Alrighty, apologies here. I had to get the graphics timing and scoring up because we need to see what is happening. Come on now. Got to give me at least a chance to put this all back together here for the IIL ALAKA Gold Series. Apologies there, but we're going to keep things moving and grooving, not only through the race lead as well as second and third. This is the battle for third for our final driver interview spot. Not in this race, though. This is our first 20-minute sort of setup race. This is our feature race, the top 10 here in Gold Series. These drivers inverted in our second series in 18 minutes time it would be. Ignacio Glumster, Eli Albag. This is another newer name here tonight within this ILAKA Israel iRacing League series. This will be the big sniffer, the BMW M3 machine, back up to where he started. Ran Sassoni right up there behind him. This is a Ferrari GT3. Ran, if you're a longer time fan here with us as in the IIL and Stam Studio Network kind of iRacing leagues, we have seen Ran kind of be the top of, well, the running of the money respectively, but within this GT3 class, as well as each time that we get just a little bit closer or further away than what Rand is used to here, we have started to see Rand respectfully struggle here as he's working within the dirty air is Rand Sassoni, that number 43 machine. He has had pace time and time previous seasons as well as this season, but right now looking at P6, here's a great time for it. We'll hop on board with our driver cam shots here. Once again, Rand Sassoni up in the top left of your screen. Yuval Merrick in the bottom right, leading this race right now with a 0.5 of a second gap. Rand Sassoni with a 0.8 of a second gap over Eli Albag up there for fifth place. I sincerely appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight as we are continuing to look just a little bit our battles aren't only heating up at this point. Our battles within the ILAKA Esports, automotive and karting, these battles are broiling at this point within the GT3 session. Yeah, I guess you'd call it that here. Sorry for that. Oh no, that's going to be a spin for Asaf. Yarn hard into the tires there. Not an instant repair. Asaf will have to wait until he's able to make his way around this long 7-kilometer track. Asaf here in the 402 machine. He has had pace here this season, but unfortunately he doesn't have anything to show for it here tonight in our feature race of the the Gold Series race here. Yuval Merrick, Daniel Berezowski, as well as Alon Gabay. This is our opening race of the Gold Series. Yuval Merrick, Daniel looking P1, P2. Only 0.4 of a second separating these front two runners as we have some battles starting to ensue down and up the racetrack. Rand Sassoni, as well as Shishion Saisi. I think I'm saying that one right. Come on, just correct me if I'm wrong at this point. It's been years at this point. Sassoni and Baba going at it for 6th and 7th. There's another nice battle here between Ido Balstan as well as Matty Rosen. This is a GT3 BMW versus a Porsche 50 versus number 88 going at it here. We'll settle it back down to single file, or will we? Here comes Iran Deliski to join this battle. Now, something I did notice, if you take a look at the left side of your screen here as we're hopping on board with Mr. Deliski, the steering inputs here, they're minimal, is what you'd call it here. When we were on that live camera board shots with Yuval Merrick, our race leader, he was sawing on that wheel. I'm interested to see if Yuval's front tires have enough life in them to make it front and through this front running race of the Gold Series. If you're just now joining us, the front top 10 runners will be inverted after this opening series race in the Gold Series, and Yuval Merrick, he's continuing to show the pace right now over Daniel, but not running away by any means. Just like what we saw in the Silver Series, that gap is steadily, consistently staying at 0.7 of a second. I think these drivers have that slipstream. They have the draft to work with here tonight from Spa. really nice battle here is going to be between Eli and Ransasoni. This is going to be through our first chicane section of the track here, as we'll head our way back and through the downhill hairpin section. Ransasoni is going to look down and through on that back bumper of our newer driver here tonight with us, Eli Albag. He works his way back up to where he started this race, P5. So does Ransasoni, P6. Once again, we'll hop on board with Ransasoni, both virtually as well as real life. That left side of your screen, Ran. He is driving that Ferrari GT3 here tonight. He's trying to stay within striking distance of that P5 running driver, Eli, up front. Just 0.5 of a second separating these two as we'll head our way back and down through the hill once again. Ransasoni, there you see it, the concentration on that driver's faces. Ooh, has to saw on the wheel, get that Ferrari GT3 backing up underneath him there, as that was a really big save there for Ran. Yuval Merrick, I know we continue to kind of call him out here. Matter of fact, what the Silver Series driver called, he shouted him out here in the live driver interviews for Silver Series. Yuval Merrick, he is not only a friend, he's a very, very, very quick racer out here on track. He will leave it out here all on track though, because he is very consistent. He is clean with his racecraft, and we see it time and time again, not only race, but race week and reset. Race week out. Not only that, but season and season out. No matter what the car is, it seems Yuval has the pace here to show for it. This time it's going to be GT3's this season, and he's going to continue to run away from Daniel Berezowski right there for P2. We'll hop on board with Daniel through a ruse here. What would be a flat-out turn, you might have to blip that gas as you get ever so closer there to that car in front of you. The dirty air going to work here. We heard from, once again, that Silver Series driver as well. Here's another really nice battle starting to ensue here. Dima Benevidenik as well as Omri Farag. Hey, it's a Grossman is right there with them. This is 17th, 18th, 19th right here on track. A blanket over these three drivers. Little bit of missed action here tonight from Belgium, but as we hop on board our aerial shots, yeah, there you see it. That's 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th, all in the same camera shot there. And battles continuing to heat up all throughout the racetrack. And there's really, I mean, respectfully, there's not a lot that you can do here if you're back here in 15th, 16th, 17th. Just try to continue to hit clean laps here, not go off track. Hoping that one of these drivers goes off the track in front of you as you continue to put just a little bit more pressure in the rear view mirror of these machines up here in front. Drawer last, I was told, was fastest there in the ILAKA Esports, as well as the IIL, the karting kind of sort of get-together session there. You saw on our stream's starting screen, we saw these drivers all met up, and we got some trophies handed out. We saw who was fastest within rental carts. Looks like Drawer Last had the pace there within the rental cart section, as he's going to have to play some more World Cup-esque defense over. It's a Grossman there behind Drawer Last. He had a fast cart. He has a pretty fast Mustang here underneath his feet, as he's got Istik Grossman, also a yellow and black Ford Mustang right there behind him. Here comes Dima, also going to join this battle for the 17th spot. This is going to be Ford versus Ferrari. How many times have we seen this throughout history? Ford 16th. Now it'll unfortunately drop back to 18th there for Istik Grossman. Dima will be the Ferrari in this Ford sandwich. Back into the battle for P9 between Ayeli as well as Yossi Gabe. Battle for P9 and P10. These are both big sniffer BMW machines going to work. Real quick, while we have a moment, I'd like to appreciate all the sponsors and affiliates who make this all action happen here tonight. The ILAKA, Israel Automotive and Karting Association, as well as DRS, Drive and Ride Simulations, as well as some great battles happening here tonight. That was some synchronized looks down the outside there for Matty Rosen, as well as Iran Belitsky. They're going to settle it back down to 11th and 12th. I'd like to also thank every single one of you joining us here tonight, as well as if you're in the IIL YouTube or STAM Studio Network. It means a lot to me here, and it's just what keeps me going. If you're ever here in the States, Cotton Bowl Speedway down there in Texas, right outside of Austin, some of the best dirt track racing. Speaking of the States, we have had Alon Day. This is what it was his second, what should have been a win down there in the NASCAR ARCA Menard Series races. He first raced out there at Lime Rock for the ARCA Series. He second place. He was leading, had to drive back up to the field, ended up second, and then ended up at a 3-wide finish down there in Sonoma. Almost had that race win again, but we have seen Alon Day put it to these drivers as well as some contact. There we go. I'll get right back to that story there, as it looks like Dima is going to go around, get the worst of that incident there. That was looking through turns, I believe, 18, 19, and 20. Number 7 still asking for grip here. He'll play through that beach sand as here comes Ito Bowstand down and around to possibly take away P19. Oh no, Ito's not going anywhere. This is a driver hard that has had some contact. That is a drifting Porsche there. Now would be a great time to look at some of our incidents here earlier on in the race. This was about 2 laps ago. This is Tom Rappaport's incident, and we're going to keep going backwards. A baby blue machine. Holy net code there. Oh, AMR safety team down here through a ruse. He's going to slide up and through that racetrack here. We'll hop on, we'll take an aerial shot there, as that got very, very tight there between Tom Rappaport. Didn't quite catch that other driver number there. Was the dark blue machine there. This has got to be netcode. Take a look at this. Oh, it may be a slight bit of contact. Overcorrection. That rear bumper will pop back out, and then no tires on that inside line as they'll drift back around the racetrack here. Here's a real quick incident and replay look at Asaf Yaren as they're going to look side by side. He's going to try that outside line through a ruse here. Every single incident here tonight has been through a ruse. That's Asaf he'll take a bite out of those inside tire barriers. That looks about all the incidents here to take a replay of. Backing through here side by side, Matty Rosen, Yossi Kabay. Yossi works his way backing up to P10. P10 is so valuable here tonight because it is the top 10 inversion. P10 will start P1. Yossi Kabay will look a little wide. He will send Matty Rosen into the outside wall. Drivers going elbows out here tonight. Matty Rosen, he's going to take a bite out of that ball, and we'll take a look at a quick replay of it here. We're going to again go with the aerial camera shots here because it really shows the story here. As that really, I don't think you can put that on any one of these drivers. We'll back it up and back it up and back it up. Here we go, and take a look at the slow-mo replay. I don't think, you might have to put that on Yossi getting back on the track. Just gets a little bit too far over. Tags Matty Rosen hard into that left side barrier. Speaking of Yossi Gabay, he's still got that P10 spot solidified here at the moment, as here comes Aaron Delitsky. Not quite side by side, but as this battle, there we go. He's got his note up there through the chicane section. He's going to have to give the spot right back. Something that we have seen time and time again with, I say this respectfully, but it's got to do with racecraft and race skill at this point. The amount of times Yossi is able to finish in this P10 spot within the Gold Series, and once again, that means you start within the pole position of the next race. The amount of times that we've seen Yossi continue to gain points with this race strategy, you really can't count him out here, as I know we're only in our second race of the season. But he continues to kind of show that pace, and although he's fighting right now for what would be the pole position here in heat race number 2 for the Gold Series, Aaron Delitsky, he's going to have to start to continue to play some defense over him. We'll hop on board with Iran here. Slowly closing that gap. Speaking of slowly closing that gap, we're going to hop back on board to the what would be the second to final driver interview spot in our feature race. Once again, this is only our heat race for Gold Series. 17 minutes down. We're probably looking about 2-3 laps, or it would be 2 laps to go. Daniel, how about it? He's really shown some pace here tonight. He's got Alain Gabay, who Alain Gabay has really shown some very nice racecraft, not only tonight, but through season in, season out. We've had two Alain Days going at it there in earlier seasons, and once again, that's so cool to see Alain Day. I know he's a 4-time Euro NASCAR Series champion. Now that he's come across the pond and starting to show us all how it's done within the Road Series, that is 2 races that have just been within, oh man, inches away from Alain Day and the real-life Arkham Nars NASCAR Series. There you see Barney the Flag Man. He's whipping that white flag out there up in front of him. This is the battle for the P2 spot as we continue to have battles for P2, P6, and P11 and 12 start to heat up. Speaking of 11 and 12, matter of fact, excuse me, we'll cut to 6th and 7th here through turn 1. That tight, treacherous turn 1. Give it to Sisyan Baba. It'll be Ali Albag, who unfortunately will fall back to P7, but he will start what would be 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th. That'll be 4th within our feature race within the Gold Series. Battle for, oh my, shoving him off the racetrack there. It almost did look like there's contact between these 2 front runners for the P2 spot. Daniel and Alain going at it here. Both these drivers up 1 spot gain since the drop of the original race start here tonight for the Gold Series. Daniel is having to play some defense there over Alain Gabay for that 2nd spot. This is very important for the points as they continue to heat up. Only 2nd series, 2nd race within our Gold Series. We're going to come towards the checkered flag here. About a little less than half the track to go. How about this? I mean, you see the offense going to work here for Alain. He tries the outside. He fakes it back down the inside. Matter of fact, he's going to try the inside line once again. Here we go. It's final time here tonight. Contact for the P2 spot. Alain Gabay sends Daniel into the beach. It'll be Ignacio Glumscher backing around to P3. Ignacio Glumscher out of nowhere. Alain Gabay will take that P2 spots here for the moment. Yuval Merrick. We have seen this driver with some immaculate pace here. He will come around and what will be the final time here tonight. Yuval Merrick, the 2nd race season here tonight from the GT3 running class. Yuval just has a couple more turns to go to make this all official here tonight for our race 1 in the Gold Series. Here we go to the final chicane. Yuval Merrick, he's going to take it down and around through the checkered flag. Congratulations, this is huge in the point as well. Yuval will take race 1 Gold Series here tonight from Spa. Here comes Alain Gabay, he'll take away P2. Ignacio Glumscher will finish P3. Rancesoni will actually take away P4. Then around there, steal it away there from Daniel Berezowski. Sisyan Baba, Alian Galbag, Rodham Katz will take 6th, 7th, and 8th. Ayali, and well as Yossi Gabay will take P10. Iran Deliski, Alex Kozachuk, Mark Zubarev, Itzik Grossman, Matty Rosen, Dima Medvednik, Tomer Ventura, Omri Farag, Jor Last, Ido Baustan, Tom Rappaport, Asaf Yarin, rounding out that driver field grid. And once again, this is huge within these, it was a 1.7 second gap separating Yossi Gabay as well as Iran Delitsky coming to that checkered flag for that P10 spot. You might be asking, why is that so important? Well, because top 10, once again, it is inverted for our Gold Series race, which does start here in just a few moments' time. My name's Sean Stam. Welcome into the Israel iRacing League, as well as the Stam Studio Network YouTube channels. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Alrighty, welcome back in here to Stamp Studio Network. Take a look at your screen. Here are the race results for heat race number 1, as well as these top 10 will be. Well, okay, excuse me. These is the heat race 1 results, but the top 10 there will be, of course, reversed for our Gold Series race. Yuval Merrick, Alan Gabe, Ignacio Glumser, Rancesoni, Daniel Berezowski, Tizian Baba, Eli Albag, Rodham Katz, Ayeli, as well as Yossi Gabe rounding at that top 10, but now it is once again swapped. Here we have the starting grid here tonight. Okay, well, you'll just have to trust me here. My gosh, sorry about that. Yep, Yossi Gabe, Ayeli, as well as Rodham Katz will round out that top 3, and now that we have just about every single car gridded up, I'd once again like to thank every single one of you joining us in here tonight on IIL and SSN YouTube channels. This once again, the second heat race here within the Gold Series. This is going to be where it's all sort of transpires at. We now know what our cars feel like on these certain track conditions. Speaking of track conditions, if you take a look at the right side of your screen, there you see 31 degrees Celsius track temp, 20 degree ambient Celsius air temp, 16 kilometer hour winds to our backs. Cloudy over here tonight, so the track will definitely, it won't be too slick. There's a little bit of grip to work with, and there you see what, speaking of grip to work with, these gold drivers aren't just doing this to put on a show. They are trying to heat up these tires and brakes every single tiny little bit that they can here before the start of our feature race. You want every tiny little advantage that you can get here, whether it's brake temps up to operating temps, tires up to operating pressures, whatever you can ask for. You're going to try to ask for every little bit here, because here we go. This is going to be the feature race. Gold Series. We are 2 by 2 in front of our cardboard cutout fans here tonight from Spa, live from the virtual Belgium track. Here we go. It's going to be Yossi Gabe who's going to start off the pole after finishing in that 10th spot just in our feature race. Here we go. Green flag is out, and the field is going to be in Yossi's hands. Here comes Ayeli as well as Rodham Katz. First, second, third, fourth already starting to get single file. Matter of fact, the whole field was trying to look single file earlier on. This is something that we were starting to look at here, as now we're starting to get our way back and up to speed. This is on our way through the first chicane here, turns 3 and 4. We're going to look side by side. That's Alan Gabe and Yuval Merrick, fastest drivers here tonight. These drivers are looking to keep it clean early on, because look at this. You still have about 20 minutes to work with here tonight in this feature race, side by side in front of Alan Gabe. Oh no, it's going to be Ayeli. A little contact. What a save, as he still is trying to save that BMW GT3. Contact there. Mark Zubrev going to go around. Holy, what an incident earlier on in this race. Daniel will also get the worst of it here, backing up to the overall battle for the race lead. Once again, we have seen this time and time again. Yossi Gabe, he's showing us, even after finishing P10 within our first feature race, starts up on the ball here tonight from Spa out of Belgium. Yossi leading lap 1. Here comes some more side by side. We'll settle it back down. Here on Delitsky, Ayeli, Itzik Grossman 9th, 10th, and 11th. This is all battles for points here. We are, oh no, that's the Ferrari. Alex Kozacek is running wide. Hopping on back on board with Alex. He's able to get all 4 tires back and underneath him, backing up to the battle for the race lead. Here comes Yossi Gabe, Eli Albag, newer driver. He's going to try that outside line here within the chicane. Does he make it work side by side once again? Door corner clear for Eli Albag. He's got the race lead here tonight from the race lead. The race feature from Spa. Here comes Baba playing some nice defense. Contact for the race lead. side by side here for Baba and Gabe for second and third. Eli Alback out of nowhere, out of turn 21. He'll make that pass for the race lead. Here's our way down and through Arus here. Eli leading Saisian. Here comes Yossi Gabe. Rodham Katz has already worked his way up to P4. Backing up here, the battle for the race lead. We're going to look side by side between our first section of chicanes here. Contact between the two race leaders once again. Eli, Albag, Sisiam Baba, side by side. Door quarter clear for that blue and white IIL, aka BMW. Big sniffer out front. Baba looking B2. Here comes Gabe. Almost contact for the race lead once again. You can't get much better than this here in IIL. There we're on board with Baba. Now we're going to hop on board with Gabe. We were about to look side by side with Rodham Katz and Rancesoni down there for fourth and fifth. Speaking of, Rancesoni will hop on board. We'll check on board with this driver in the live driver cam, the left side of your screen. We'll look side by side. Take a look at not even a blink going on there for Rancesoni. That is focused to the max for the 43 Ferrari GT3 machine. Rand works his way up to P4. He gets a little loose out of the gravel. He's going to look on the outside line. Rand gets out into the beach section once again. From P3 down to P9, Rand goes out of nowhere. Now Rand's going to be caught on the inside line here. Going to have to play a little bit of defensive maneuver. We'll go back and out to the battle for the race lead as this starts to heat up here. Eli Albag, Sisian Baba will look door quarter clear. We'll settle it back down to single file. Here comes some nice action here between Yuval Merrick as well as Ignacio Glumser. Yuval coming away with heat race number 1. He's just trying to keep his front nose and rear diffuser clean as he tries to open the turn up here into turn 1 and 2. This will be down through Eau Rouge. You got to definitely open up Eau Rouge as we'll look side by side here and through turns 1 and 2. Ido Bastan, Dima is going to look side by side. We'll settle it back down to single file. How many times have we seen this side by side in the Israel iRacing League? This time it'll be for the lead once again. Baba versus Albag. This time it'll be through the uphill chicane, left, right, back into that right-hander section. Albag continuing to play some immaculate defense here as he's continuing to run away from Baba. But we do have some lap traffic approaching on these drivers ever so slightly. Not contact yet between our front two runners. We have seen it though, just a little squeeze. Possibly gone wrong. There you see the lap traffic up and front of these two front runners. That will be the McLaren of Mark Zubarev. Single file for our front runners at the moment. Matter of fact, single file just about all the way back into P13. Here is 2 by 2, 2 rows back. Spa, one of my favorite racetracks. You can run some side-by-side action here. You got, as a matter of fact, one of the fastest road course racetracks here, I do believe, within the F1 calendar. Daniel, he's going to try that left side. It'll switch back to the inside. He's able to get that throttle down, drop a gear, disappear for that BMW 321 GT3 machine. Daniel backing up to P12 for the moment. Back into the battle for the race lead. 0.3 of a second separating Albag and Baba here as these drivers continue to crest ever so closer to Mark Zubarev. Matter of fact, side by side, here we go once again. This is going to be Alon Gabe, Yuval Merrick, our front two runners, just one race ago, within our front feature race here. This is it was almost contact. Thankfully, Alon Gabe, he gets out of the gas there. You saw the flames fly out of the exhaust pipes there, not to turn his racing buddy around of Yuval there in front of him, but looks like, that was Yossi Gabe there out up front. Yuval is back there for P5, trying to gain that P4 spot. Eli, Sisian Baba, Yossi Gabe, Alon Gabe, no correlation between third and fourth, as well as Yuval Merrick, who runs P5. real quick here, I appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight on our live broadcast. I was, there's no time for it. We'll get right back to racing. Elon, this is going, excuse me, yeah, Eli, not, goodness, apologies there. Eli Albag is going to look around that outside line. Contact for the race lead. Eli Albag down and around. He's going to spin out with a little bit of help for Sission Baba. Here comes some more side by side. Yoshi will have that inside line. Alain Gabe will take away P2. What a move. What a move. How fast things can transpire. We'll take a quick look at that race replay between Baba and Albag. This was that battle for the race lead. Eli's going to have that outside line. Door quarter. He gets a little bit of help into that left side tire barrier. Back into this battle for this P2 and 3 spots. Alain Gabe back up to P2. He's got that Yoshi colored 17 BMW GT3 right there behind. 2 seconds separating Sission Baba and Alain Gabe for first and second. Here's that battle for the final driver interview spot. Yuval Merrick is a shark that smells blood in the water. He is that driver of the 25 Ferrari GT3 within striking distance of Yoshi Gabe. 10th of a second separating these two. Blue and white. ILAKA Esports colors going to work here. Does Yuval try the inside line? He can't. Yuval, no, he's going to try it here. Down the inside. Final chicane. No contact. Yoshi is going to give him room. There's the contact. Side by side for the final driver interview spot. 11 minutes to go. Hopping on board with Yuval, he'll have this inside line. He'll send it deep into turns 1 and 2 through a ruse coming up 2 here. Yoshi smartfully, rightfully so, is going to give that spot back here. Here's Rantazoni, Ayeli. We will look side by side between these two drivers. Now's a great time for it. Left side of your screen, real life driver cam for Rand. He's going to have to start playing some defense. Right side of your screen, real life, a virtual driver cam for Rand. Yuval, take a look at this, our race winner from heat race number 1. As we take a look at on the right side of your screen now, he's starting to play some World Cup-esque defense over Yoshi Gabe and Iran Delitsky. Right now, calm as can be. Has the box fan blowing there for Yuval Merrick. Yuval down and out to that final driver interview spot here for the moment. How about Tom Rappaport's here? Tom Rappaport, Omri Fag, this is the spot for 12th and 11th. Tom looks like he's going to have to concede that spot here for the moment, as this is some really, really nice battling for 12th, 13th, as well as 14th. Omri Fag, Tom Rappaport, Ido Baustan, and Jor Last is about 15 seconds, 2.5 seconds behind this battle as well. All right, we're continuing to tick down here. We're about halfway through our feature race within the Gold Series. Go ahead, I think you all know what time it is. Enjoy the sights, the sounds here from Spa, this GT3 Gold Series. Crank it up, I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. slowly. Go ahead and crank this back down before I get a little bit too excited, because the battle for the race lead here, it was just over 1 second. Right now, well, back down to a 1/10 of a second. Here's Griiip. 5,000 road course I rating up against Sisyan Baba here. Sisyan with 2,000 road course I rating, more than double. Sisyan's going to have to try and play a little bit of defense here. He's going to get shoved wide on the rumble strip here. He's going to have to play the defensive line here going into the final chicane. That IIL McLaren GT3 for Griiip. He doesn't shove it too far in there. This is once again the racecraft, the competitiveness between these, every single driver in this little iRacing league. You could call it. Baba leading Griiip, leading Merrick. You got to be careful here, though, if you are Griiip. You have shown us that you've had the pace. So we hop on board with Alon here. You have the pace to pass Sisyan, but you have to do it cleanly, and you also have to make it a pass relatively quickly, so to speak, because Yuval Merrick, fastest driver, winner of gold feature race number 1. He's looking in the distance, just 2 seconds back. Here we go, side by side. This is going to be into our first chicane once again here tonight from Spa. There you see, driving the 15 McLaren. He's going to try and open it up, try and get that crossover. Doesn't get the gas down. Baba backing out to that race lead. He's going to solidify it for the moment, as we're going to come just to 5.5 minutes left to go in this race. If Baba has what this takes here, coming from all the way back to P5 and down and out to the race lead here tonight, leading Griiip, a driver who has continued to show the pace that he has had. Doesn't even matter what car. Alon is definitely with our front runners. It's going to be a feat if Baba is able to pull this off. Matter of fact, Merrick continuing to close this gap. He's got it down. Remember, it was only 2 seconds last time we looked at it. Now back to 1.3 seconds. That's 7/10 of a second already gained within 1 lap for Yuval Merrick. Yossi Griiip, he's going to fall back to P4. Rain Sassoni falls back to P5, but he's trying to reel in Yossi Griiip as well as hold off a Yeli there for 4th and 6th. Battle for the race lead continuing to heat up. Just 0.3 of a second separating our front runners. 15.5 minutes down, 4.5 minutes left to go in our feature race for Gold Series. If your favorite driver is in second place here, don't count him out here, because look at what Alon is able to do here in the final chicane here at Spa. He was able to send it down there, door quarter clear for the race lead. Alon Griiip, here we go, side by side once again. I thought Alon got that power down and out of turn 21. Here we're gonna make a little bit of contact for the race lead. Boys, I told you to run. I told you to hide, because here comes Yuval Merrick. He was 2 seconds down, now just 1/2 of a second down from that P2 battle. Here we go through Aruz for the 2nd to 3rd last final time here tonight. Griiip leading Baba. Here comes Merrick. We're going to hop on board here with Yuval. We got that virtual cam on that right side. Yuval's got a show up in front of him. He's got his drinks, his snack out. As we're going to look side by side, he looks cool, calm, and collected. This is a battle for the feature race win here. Yuval, he's going to try to switch back. Got steering on the wheel, sawing on the GT3 wheel, had to save that Ferrari from going around. Although he sits up 7 spots and gains since that drop of the green flag, not able to make a move yet. Still hopping on board with Yuval Merrick. Does he try down the inside line here, or just set back up and regroup and rearm for next lap? Like Yuval will regroup and rearm. I don't blame him here. There's only a few certain turns that you can really make a pass on here at Spas. Matter of fact, here's a really good chance at one of them, this uphill right-hander section. Yuval is able to close the gap back to Baba there for P2. And as these two start to battle, take a look at what Alon's able to do. He's able to run away with this race lead for the moment. Now looking at 1/2 of a second separating P1 to P2. These second and third front runners here between Baba and Merrick. It's just separated between 0.07 of a second. Here's Yuval. He's going to have a look down the inside here, coming just to 18 minutes on the clock. That'll be 2 minutes to go. We'll be side by side between these two drivers. Will we get that white flag lap? It'll definitely be close. I don't think we will. I think we're actually at possibly looking at 2 laps to go here. Oh, no. Yeah, there you see Barney the flagman waving that white flag lap. So this is our white flag run here tonight. Ranchisoni's got P5 solidified for the moment. Here's a Yelly as well as Daniel back into 6th and 7th. It's it, Grossman, Iran Delitsky, Matty Rosen. They're fighting it out for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Backing up to this battle for the race lead, only half of a second separating P1 and P2 right now. Alain Gabay, does he have what it takes to take it away from race win? Race win, heat win. Gold Series driver Yuval Merrick. He's continuing to close this gap as we're going to have just about 3/4 of the track to work with here. That's it. Windshield wiper is going to work, trying to get all the debris off the front windscreen machine of Yuval Merrick. This is going to boil down to a McLaren versus Ferrari GT3. Both these drivers both up shown 8 spots since that drop of the green flag. Here comes Gabay. He's got a 4/10 of a second lead over Merrick as we'll head our way down into a little short shoot section. It'll be a left-hander that goes into another chicane of a right-hander backing down the hill. This is starting to get good. Who has what it takes? Is Yuval close enough possibly to make a move here on Alain, coming to the checkered flag? Just a little under half this lap to go. That was through that first chicane. That was a really good passing opportunity to make there for Yuval if he was close enough. Here we go through the long sort of carousel right-hander section. It'll swoop back away to the left-hander. Yuval is close enough. He's within the slipstream range to possibly make something happen here. Coming to the checkered flag. This is going to get tight. Coming to the last 3 turns on the racetrack. Does Yuval possibly have any sort of draft to work with? Here we go. It's going to be into the last uphill section, the last uphill chicane. Here comes Merrick versus Gabay, side by side. Does Yuval have what it takes? He's going to have to try and get the gas down here out of the final turn. Turn 21 on the track. Coming to the checkered flag. It'll be Alain Gabay. Congratulations, Alain. You're going to put it to our heat race #1 winner. Alain, checkered flag is out for the 15 McLaren machine. Yuval Merrick, Sission Bible will take 2nd and 3rd. Our front driver interview. There we go. Here comes some side-by-side door corner. This is going to be 0.000 seconds at the line. We're going to give it to Idal Balstan. What a move for Balstan here. Take a look at what he did. I'm showing 0.000 seconds at the line. A tie between Matty Rosen, Idal Balstan, that's Idal Balstan and Dima Medvednik here coming to the start-finish line here. Take a look at what he did as we hop on board with the Idal Balstan. This is a run through our final checkered flag portion of the chicane here, up into the right hand, back into the left hand section here. Look at this, side by side, a little bit of contact, 0.00 seconds separating these two at the start finish line. Once again, you can't get much better than this. Who do you even give it to here? I don't know. It looks like that Porsche is just a tiny bit ways out front. Or is he? Or is he? Idal Balstan, Dima. What a race that was. Backing up to the top 3 here. It'll be Alain Gabay who takes away our checkered flag. Yuval Merrick will take away checkered flag of Silver Series heat race #1. He'll take away P2 and feature race. Sission Baba, Yossi Gabay, Ranchisoni, Daniel Berezowski. It's a Grossman, Ayeli, Iran Delitsky, Matty Rosen rounding out that top 10. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. Here are the unofficial feature results here. I'll get right with you with these driver interviews in just a few moments' time. Hey, Alain, you got a copy. Welcome to Stam Studio Network Victory Lane.
Hey, how are you?
I am great, to say the least. I don't know how I still have my voice. I was screaming this last couple of laps. Alon, you're going to take away the checkered flag, gained 8 spots on this feature race. Walk us through it, man. What was going through your mind?
Oh, damn, it was a crazy race. Yeah, I knew that as in every race I need to push and overtake as fast as I can. But I gotta say that this time I'm really surprised. Everyone drove like really nice. Everyone defended well and like gave me the space, and everything was really nice. So shout out to all the guys I was fighting with. You did great. And yeah, and eventually I finished first with the Yuval behind me on my back. And yeah, I'm really happy now.
Goodness gracious, Alon. 0.24 seconds separating yourself as well as Yuval coming to the start-finish line. The checkered flag. I mean, you know, we all know how much pace Yuval has here. How do you play defense? How do you try and hold that off as you're also trying to hit your best lap time?
Actually, I didn't try to beat my best lap times. I just tried to survive. Actually, I chose the wrong car, I guess. The McLaren wasn't so fast. I think the Ferrari and the BMW were much faster. But yeah, I tried to handle it and keep the pace and fight with my life. And I think it worked out.
Well, Alon, I appreciate you taking the time to join us here for this Victory Lane Drivers Interview booth. Who would you like to shout out? Is there anybody who makes this all possible for you to come race with us every other Monday night and show us all how it's done in the Gold Series?
As always, everyone here, amazing people. I love everyone, and from race to race, I'm really surprised to see how the level is improving. And yeah, I'm really happy about it, and let's look for the next races.
No, I can't wait. Congratulations once again on your win here tonight, Alon. Can't wait for 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. And with that being said, we're going to get to Yuval Marek down there, our Gold Series Heat Race #1 winner. He'll finish, there we go, P2 in our feature. Yuval, you got yourself a copy, man.
Yeah, copy.
Well, yeah, you'll have to rewatch the Silver Series broadcast back, but we had one of the drivers thanking you for everything that you do here, and I would like to thank you for kind of getting this all worked out here. I vividly remember when, you know, hey, IIL needs a broadcaster, and you got this all set up. Well, Yuval, you got the pace here. You're going to bring it home P2, as well as win Heat Race #1 Gold Series. How do you do it here? That Ferrari, it had some immaculate pace here tonight. 3,300 I rating going to work.
And it was tough. Everyone was fast, like really fast. I was surprised to see the pace out of everyone. Everyone fought like crazy. And yeah, I just pushed and yep.
Gosh, that's I love what Tal does here with the Gold Series, that top 10 inversion after the feature race of Gold Series, and every single time Yuval, I mean, respectfully, it seems like you will finish up there great within the first feature race, and then something within that restart or something happens just about every time within the feature race. But you got through it here tonight. There was a little bit of contact, but you made your way through it. What was going through your mind as you're coming to the green flag on that race restart?
Just to survive the first lap, and from then I can start pushing and overtake.
Oh, well, it looks like you did just that here, Yuval. Congratulations. We got your biggest fan in the background right there. Just like to shout them out. In all seriousness, Yuval, who we shouting out to makes this all possible. Nope. Yuval, you still got a copy?
Yeah.
Is there anybody you'd like to shout out or makes this all possible for you?
Yeah, my sponsor, Griiip. Yep. My car is covered in the logo, so yep.
That's what we like to see. I think I saw some MF racing there earlier on in the race too, so that was cool to see. Congratulations to you all on your P2 finish.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. And that being said, let's check who else we got in the old interview booth. Of course! Well, congratulations to Sisyan Baba, but how about old Ran? You got yourself a copy, man.
Copy.
All righty, walk us through it. That was a really fun race to watch here. Looks like you're starting to get this new tire model on the GT3 down. You'll finish P5 in this feature.
Yeah, I think the first race went pretty well. The second race I got pushed into the gravel, and just like that I lost like 5 or 6 positions. And it's really critical here because everybody was driving fast, and if you're losing even half a second in the entire race, it's over. You wouldn't be able to get it back. You will have other people that you will try to fight and pass, and it's really tough round here in this combo of track and car. And still, even though I'm getting the hang of it, I still hate GT3s, man. I like cars with downforce, so I'm still struggling a bit, yeah.
Oh, it's well, at least you put on a show for us to watch here, Rand. I know you don't really have all the downforce to work with in the GT3 car, but man, you're in the Ferrari this week, and that you'll gain 2 spots in this feature race, and it's seriously just so much fun to watch you. How do you kind of put into words for somebody who, I mean, who is in maybe used to a prototype machine, who has not only the rear downforce but also the front downforce to work with? What are the main differences between like a GT3 and that LMP3 or even LMP2 machine?
I think that moving from a high downforce cars like an LMP machine into a GT car, it's mainly you feel like you're driving a bit in slow motion. I mean, the way the way shifts around, you kind of have to expect what the car will do in slow motion. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of everything happens a bit slowly, and you have to drive a lot smoother, less aggressive. Everything has to be gradual. So that's the main difference, yeah.
A lot more. It's interesting to see. You know, you drive some cars more with the feet. You drive some cars more with the hands. You drive some carts, some go-karts. So lots with the hands. Speaking of go-karts, Rand, before we let you go, walk us through the whole karting session, the whole trophy session, and who was fastest out there on the go-kart track.
So yeah, a couple of days ago we did a ceremony for the last 2 seasons for everybody to pick up their trophies, and we arranged a little competitions with all the sim races who've been in the last 2 seasons to go and do karting. It was really tough, really bumpy. It's a cement track on a rooftop, so it was super bumpy, super physical. You really feel it. I mean, you do 2 sessions of 10 minutes and you just get wrecked. I mean, yeah, it's really tough. It really depends on the kart that you will get. And of course, in professional karting, there's BOP. That means that lighter guys will get weights, and heavier guys will remove weights, so everybody will be in the same weight category. But still, I think that draw last was really fast. Itzik Grossman. I can say that I was pretty fast, but I think Itzik Grossman was the fastest, yeah.
Oh, rental carts are always a blast. Rand, I really appreciate that, and thanks for, I mean, I know you got the Meta glasses too. I was showing that on the stream starting screen. I showed your one of the videos you posted to your Instagram. Yeah. So you know, the point of view of taking it to the carts there. It looked so bumpy. Your head was bumping around everywhere, man.
Yeah, it was mini Sebring.
Well, Rand, before I let you get going there, I appreciate it once again, and congrats on your P5 finish in the feature. Is there anybody who makes this all possible, or who would you like to thank and shout out here?
Yeah, so thanks for Tal and ILAKA for making this possible. For everybody that is taking race with us and participating. And for you, Sean, in STEM Racing Studios, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you so much, Rand. That goes a long way, and man, I can't wait till 2 weeks' time. I almost wish IIL was every week, but we'll keep it every other week. And congratulations on your P5. It's going to get tight within the points.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, Ran. And I think with that being said, that'll be all the driver. Oh, there's Ignacio. Okay, Ignacio, you got yourself a copy before we head on out of here.
Yeah, on the first race.
Man, walk us through it here tonight. We saw the Ford Mustang, at least in the Silver Series, have some pace. This heavy GT3, best sounding GT3 here on the track. You'll bring it home P18 in the feature. What was it like here tonight on track, Ignacio?
It was nice. I liked it. I like really much Spa. I think it's my favorite circuit. And slowly learning about the GT car coming from the LMP. So yeah.
And I know I kind of asked Rand the same question, but you bring it up there. What's been the biggest difference coming from like a Le Mans prototype machine back and down to a GT3 machine?
It all takes more time of braking, more time of like moving the steering wheel, and that's makes me anxious because I want to just turn it around like karting and the LMP. But yeah, it's what it is.
It's so much fun to watch you here, Ignacio. I know we had, I think, a replay or two with you involved in it. What was your race like here tonight? I know you had at least one incident earlier on that I think we got in the broadcast. I'll show a replay of it here. What was it like kind of behind the wheel tonight and trying to conquer Spa from a Ford Mustang?
I like the Mustang the most because it's the most oversteering car. The go-kart. Yeah, I think the McLarens had a really fast speed straight, which was difficult to beat. But out of that, it was I think it was comparable to fastest cars.
Well, thank you so much for hopping up in the broadcast booth and the driver interview booth with us here tonight. Is there anybody who you'd like to thank or shout out to here, Ignacio, before we get going?
Yeah, everyone in the organization. Really, it was really fun. The go-kart event in the previous week. Yeah, and thank you also to watch it after the race. Also makes it really fun.
Thank you so much, Ignacio. I know we're looking at the replay of you here getting just a slight tag around, but you made a really, really good comeback there to finish 18th. And I know I say 18th, but every little bit helps out in the points, and I can't wait to see this pace in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, hopefully. That's it. Thanks.
Hey, thank you, Ignacio. You have a great rest of your night. Alrighty, well, with that being said, I think, let me check in here once again. Yeah, that's everybody out there out of the driver interview booth. Yeah, okay, well, I appreciate everybody once again. Thank you all so much for joining in here on SSN and the IIL YouTube channel. I'll see you about 2 weeks' time. Until then, if you want some more racing, tonight I got West Coast Sim Racing League, the GR86 League, coming at you live from Brands Hatch, so that'll be fun to watch. Appreciate you all, and you all have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much.